Hi, this is Janine Helden. I'm in my studio, and it occurred to me that it might be a good idea to make a little video to show artists how to fix a wonky photo. I get a lot of wonky photos from students who want a critique or such, or even when judging a show, there's a way that you need to enter a quality photo. So I'm going to show you how to do it the best way possible on your cell phone without spending a lot of money, but it's better than sending a wonky photo. So here we go. I'm going to, okay, so I have just adjusted this photo, but I'm going to show you what I started with. So I'm going to go back down here and hit the edit button and hit the revert button, and so you can see what I started with here. So what I started with was, okay, first of all, if I were wanting to photograph a piece of art to enter into a show, I would probably put it on a low table, put my phone over it, avoid casting a shadow on it. I would probably have it near a window so there was no wonkiness. And I would go closer, zoom close. I would go closer to it. So here I've got lots of excess around the painting, but I can still work with it. So the first thing I'm going to do is, well, I want to edit it. So I'm going to go to the crop button over there on the left, and the first thing I'm going to do is just get rid of some of this excess so I can see what I'm working with. Now, when I'm on the crop feature, I have these options on the right. So the first one is just going to straighten the bottom. I'm actually going to, I'm looking at the line at the bottom of the actual painting, which is just a little wonky. Okay, and if I go to the next one, I'm going to be able to correct. See, I can correct it this way. Don't know the technical terms. I just know that my painting needs to come forward at the top, and then it will need to come in from the side. Looks somewhat square, so I have to go back to the first and level that out. And I can see it's still not perfect, but let's bring the sides in to see where else we need to go. So it looks like it's still, I think it's still a little wonky here. So let's pull that up. And it's got these nice grid lines, which are really helpful, actually. And so I am trying to get those straight. That looks pretty good. So let's straighten the bottom again. Okay, and then I'm just gonna get rid of everything, this is great if I want to show somebody the painting as it's framed. It's not perfect, but well, that's okay. We gotta make it perfect, don't we? What did I do? What do I need to do this one? You just want to play with it until you get it how you want it. That's pretty good. I'm just going to leave it there. So now I've got the framed painting. Yay. The problem is, when you enter a show, they don't want to see the frame. They don't want to see the mat. They only want to see the painting. So I'm going to crop it in even further. Now, at least I've gotten most of the wonkiness off of it. So I can just, looks like I might have a slightly off kilter though. That's pretty good. Okay, bring the sides in. And now you should see it's fairly straight since I played with all that. But if you need to adjust it more, just go ahead and do that. So I've gotten rid of all the border, everything. Now I've just got the painting. That's what I want. However, when I compare this image to my painting, it doesn't really look right. It's really got, when you take a picture with your phone, it exaggerates the contrast. So now I need to go over here and hit the adjust button and then come back here to these sliders, and I'm going to find, you can play with all of them, you know, but for my lighting in my studio with the my overhead lighting is like a blue natural light, and also, like I said, the camera lies, so it really exaggerates the values. So I'm lowering the contrast. Notice what happens with the contrast. Okay, so you can play with it and just find where you think it looks best. And then I'm going to go, I like to go to brightness too, because the other thing is that it seems like they always make it dark. So again, you can see what happens. So you can just play with that and get it to where you think it's accurate. And again, I said I had the kind of the natural blue lights, so I want to warm up my painting to make it look more accurate. So I warm it up, and then I hit done, and now I have a better rendition of my painting, one that will be acceptable to enter into a show. It's a pretty close likeness. Of course, it's better if you can go to a professional who can capture the image exactly, or I have a nice scanner that I use where I can scan it and get an exact likeness. But hopefully this helps you. Next time I judge a show, I want to see all the images looking perfect, just like this. Take care. Here we go. I'm going to